Hello, my name is Prime, and welcome back to ATS Showcases, and welcome to the Iowa DLC for American Truck Simulator. First of all, huge thank you to SES Software for giving me early access to the Iowa DLC that will be releasing on July 10th, 2025. And for today's first look delivery, I'll be hauling these pump jacks from here in Des Moines, Iowa, and we're gonna head across to Davenport today through Iowa City along the I-80 and to the Davenport River Port that is along the Mississippi River. So on another note, this, my friends, is the Iowa DLC in entirety. 12 brand new cities: Sioux City, Council Bluffs, Fort Dodge, Mason City, Waterloo, Des Moines, Ottawa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Dubuque, Davenport, and Burlington, along with many connector roads, a combination of highway and more county road infrastructure. So it's going to be a very exciting few weeks, or even longer to be honest, to explore the Iowa DLC in entirety. So without further ado, let's get this Kenworth T680 Next Gen started up and get on the road. Now, everything you hear and see is American Truck Simulator and official DLC content through and through. There are no third-party modifications in this save today, and to go along with that, as this is an early access or work-in-progress version of the Iowa DLC, there may be things that don't quite look right. However, do not be concerned. That will be corrected for the official release of the Iowa DLC on July 10th. All right, let's get rolling here in the Iowa DLC, and we're picking up these pump jacks from here at X-Tech Machinery here in Des Moines, Iowa. What a fantastic day, my friends. So happy to be here in the Iowa DLC, and I just said it moments ago, but I will say it again because I am truly grateful. Thank you, SES Software, for providing me with early access to the Iowa DLC. It is always a true privilege and an honor to do these first look deliveries in the DLCs, and I enjoy every second of it. And I've got so much planned here for the deliveries in the coming, well, weeks and months, inevitably here in Iowa. So many exciting things to explore, and it's great to finally have my hands on it. And obviously add it to your Steam wish list if you haven't done so already, for those who are interested in the Iowa DLC. As far as I can tell, you will not be disappointed, but that's also part of these first look deliveries and the early access deliveries in general. It gives you an idea of what to expect from the DLC, and also it gives me a chance to form a bit of an opinion on, do I think the DLC is worth it to pick up for ATS? Now, for this delivery, of course, I had to drive the Kenworth T680 Next Gen, the full 76-inch sleeper version here today with the gray VIT trim here with some of the tan accents. Absolutely lovely indeed, with our Load King flatbed trailer today in this brilliant red color. Well, the truck red color, the nice aluminum Load King flatbed trailer that is with these pump jacks. There's a lot of different content and a lot of different unique industries here in Iowa, or at least more monumental ones, that is, and unique in terms of ones that we want to do specific deliveries with. And I've got a pretty big list coming up here in the early access content, and I'll see how much I can get in over the next few days, at least as of recording this video, until the full DLC release. I will do my very best to get a lot of content out for you, and I don't see why not, given some scheduling, which is absolutely fantastic. So I am incredibly excited to do some different unique deliveries here across the DLC itself, hauling to some new industries like an ethanol plant. Keep an eye out for that video to come. As far as my list goes and what my plans were, that's coming next after this first look video, so keep an eye out for that video to come. That's going to be a very interesting one indeed. But one of the main points and one of the more, well, let's say industry types, or at least depot types, that I wanted to hit in one of these early episodes were one of the river ports, and in particular, and just actually how this delivery ended up, well, what I was able to find, to be completely honest with you, within the cargo network. These pump jacks going to Davenport, and I was like, okay, perfect. We're going Des Moines to Davenport. That's going to be a nice delivery across the I-80, especially here with the T680 Next Gen. Things are starting to align. You know, some stars are working good for us here. Of course, then going to the Riverport itself makes it a 10 out of 10 in my eyes. Perfect. We get to hit one of the major industries or depot types that I wanted to get early on here with the Riverports because they are all custom, and the Davenport Riverport is supposed to be, if I remember correctly from the blog post about it, a good one to explore and to at least drive around. Either way, it's going to be lovely here to be able to at least deliver through there, and if not, at very least, drive down here the I-80 and see what Iowa has to offer. Now, the other thing is, I think somewhere, and I can't actually remember where. Ah, yes, here it is. The world's largest truck stop just outside of Davenport. So there you go. Another landmark here that we can check off the list, and we will check out today, which is absolutely fantastic. Iowa, in many respects, and let's talk about it here, is crucial for the logistics network here in the Midwest. So many major industries, or at least especially the I-80 here, run through the state, and there's a lot of other transportation networks and interconnectivity that happens. Most notably, well, the river ports that we're going to be driving to on the eastern side along the mighty Mississippi River. Of course, then there's rail infrastructure as well. The road network is significant, and the I-80 truck stop, or the Iowa 80, world's largest truck stop, is a big monument along the way, and, well, just outside of Davenport. So there you go. Another check mark off the list, shall we say, for this first look delivery. So what are my first impressions of the Iowa DLC? Well, they're pretty fresh so far, let's be honest with that. But driving through some of the highways here, so far, so good. I haven't noticed any performance issues, by the way, as well with the Iowa DLC so far. I did do a little bit of setup. I did not drive around much. I teleported to the specific locations just to try and find a job, as some of the content creator side of things do happen. So I apologize for those who may have had their immersion blown a little bit, but let's be realistic. I have to try and find a job for you to try and enjoy. So I have done a little bit of just point-to-point browsing just to try and get a particular delivery, which we have found here. However, what I am seeing with you right now is my true and genuine first look in terms of the rest of this scenery. And as we look on the exterior of the truck here, and we see the windmills over the various fields in the horizon, it is truly wonderful. And I actually do appreciate the mixture of highway to or county road networking here in the Iowa DLC. Yes, there is a lot of highway infrastructure, but that's also just how Iowa is. There's a lot of farmland and a lot of small roads that connect between. But the general grid nature of the logistics network is what it is. And to be honest, I appreciate what STS Software has put in. And the 12 cities that we can explore and appreciate here in American Truck Simulator are some of the major industries cities. There we go. Cities that we can actually enjoy in Iowa as a whole. And actually, the other thing along the I-80, fantastic road to drive along, by the way, the new agricultural, I think that's the factory, if I am correct. Looks like it. McLean. Yeah, I think that's the new factory, which is really, really neat. Another thing on the list, by the way. Unfortunately, wasn't able to find something from there, at least, well, obviously, because it's outside of Des Moines and a little bit more to the eastern side here. That's going to be coming up in a future video. Don't you worry about that. We'll do a particular delivery with the various farm equipment that can go to and from that, and hopefully, if everything works out well in the ATS world of the economy, let's hope that we can take a delivery from that facility to one of the agricultural dealers that are within Iowa as well. Two of the new, basically, delivery points within the DLC, among many others. So what will the cost of the Iowa DLC be? And to be honest with you, I do not know as of recording this video. If it goes by anything of track record, depending on your currency, equivalent to maybe 12, 14, maybe even $16. That's going off a track record, probably in around the $12 mark, I must say. Oh, there we go. We've discovered Iowa City as we're driving through here on the I-80. Generally, SES Software is quite consistent with their DLC pricing, and especially for something in terms of size with Iowa, probably good band, 12 to 14, maybe even $15 equivalent for the DLC. So as we drive across here and complete some of these early access videos here leading up to the release, I will do my best to show off some of the different areas without, maybe doing some spoilers, but honestly, if you want to be able to explore or at least see what you can expect to find with the Iowa DLC, I think you're doing okay with my videos, because I by no means find Easter eggs that well. So it's up to you to find the spoilers, or at least some of the more hidden gems of the DLC, and preferably let me know, because as I mentioned, don't normally do a fantastic job of finding those things. That's just not normally my style, but it is what it is. But I will do my best to try and give you a good look on what you can expect with the Iowa DLC leading up to its release, so then you can make your informed decision on whether you want to spend the cash on Iowa and expand the ATS map in the eastern direction that we're going here with Iowa, or save your cash for a little bit and wait for it to come on sale. That is something that I let everyone decide. Obviously, I am not going to influence you either way. That is your decision. But I can give you my 2 cents. And so far, my 2 cents of Iowa is very, very good. And I would highly recommend you check it out and pick it up upon release, because, well, it adds 12 new cities, plenty of new industry types, and major landmarks like the Iowa AT truck stop. Look at this beautiful piece of commercial engineering, my friends. This is going to be a little bit cool. Hey, stay back there, Peterbilt. Just gonna see if we can get this first look through without a major accident. We're gonna actually continue up here because we can't go in that entrance, because that's autos and RVs. We're going to come up here a little bit farther. It's a big complex. There's stuff to the left as well. There's a lot around here. That is for sure. So as far as I know, we can swing up into here. And let's see what's all up in this complex. Oh, there's a motel. There's a massive, well, basically store or truck stop store itself. And then all the different parking spots and gas station refills. I think there's... well, look like there's on the map, there's a service station and so on the far end. It's a big facility out here, and a lot has kind of grown around it, obviously, given the traffic that comes through here on the I-80, which just makes sense. When you have a big facility like this and a lot going on in the distance even, what do some of those trucks say over there? I can't quite tell. There's a lot of activity over here, and you get something like this, which is honestly just really, really neat. So there's the fuel pumps there. There's the truck wash itself, which I don't think... Let's actually go try this out. The truck washes aren't working yet here in ATS, and I hope that comes in at some time here. I'd like to have some dirt on the trucks. I'm sure that will happen in the future. Let's see if one of the truck wash bays are actually working here yet in ATS, and there's just a bit of a hidden feature brought in with the Iowa DLC. I am waiting for the day that this does happen. I think I went in the exit side, but you know what? That's just the Prime Simulation way to do it. Well, nothing yet. That's okay. You know what? One day, my friends. One day indeed. And did I go in the exit? I think I did, because that's, I believe, the entrance. Well, yeah, that's just my way of doing things. Let's be honest. Shouldn't be too surprised on that one, shall we? All right, I think we can spin around this way, and then we'll head back out onto the I-80 and get rolling over to Davenport. Given the time we have for a delivery. Hopefully the game doesn't start screaming at me yet. We should be doing just fine, by the way. There should be no worries there. But what a massive complex. No wonder why it's the world's largest truck stop. Spreads across, well, 2 sides of the road here as well, technically. My word, what a facility indeed. And facilitates a lot of trucking networks here as well, which is just lovely. And of course, I should have gone through the other little section there. Yep, I should have gone that way, but that's okay. It is a parking lot after all, and it's a little bit quiet here midday, so that is all right. It's not even just the truck traffic. It is just the more residential side, shall I say, the personal side of it as well. The gas station and, well, RV maintenance as well. It's all in the front there. Oh, and there's the scales across the road. Just incredible to see this area. And I like these details. I truly do like these details of a DLC, and those gas prices are changing rapidly, my friends. Oh no, it's just the different types. Never mind. Don't worry about it. different types of fuel. That's what's changing back and forth. That makes a whole lot more sense. That's just the price is rapidly changing. Well, you never know. In today's day and age, every few seconds the gas price changes. You just gotta wait and stare at the sign and hope that you get your fuel rolling at the right point to get yourself the best deal. It could happen, you know. We'll get back on to the I-80 and roll over to Davenport. So as I mentioned, there's plenty of things planned here for the Iowa DLC in terms of the content I've got planned coming forward. So just keep an eye out here for that content to come. And of course, comment down below if you want to see anything in particular or go to a particular city. I guess the best way to comment of what you want to see, truck and type of delivery, and then I'll try and find where those areas are, unless if it's a very specific delivery. But I do have a number of things planned. Obviously, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, ethanol plants coming soon, and a delivery related to that. We'll be doing a special transport DLC delivery as well, or a heavy haul here in American Truck Simulator, doing one of the new routes. So that will be interesting to do as well. Always a fun challenge, and one that sometimes I can do half decently. The other times, well, it's just special. Let's just say that. Let's just say that it's sometimes a bit of a comedic show, especially with me here doing some of those deliveries. And besides that, of course, the different farm equipment and agriculture will be a big portion here in Iowa. I think a lot of you can expect that if you've been following the development of the Iowa DLC, or at very least are aware of the real-life industry types that are prevalent in Iowa. Agriculture is a huge part of it, and to no surprise, a lot of deliveries here moving forward will most likely be related to an agricultural industry of some sort, whether it's equipment or actual grain or support, networking around. It is what it is, but either way, expect to see a lot here on the Iowa DLC, to no surprise. And I am looking forward to doing some of these deliveries. Just have to be able to, well, record them. Goodness gracious me, I didn't know if that light was ever going to turn, but it finally did, which is fantastic. And look at the really nice bridge ahead of us there. Lovely details. The details here in Iowa are truly fantastic as we head into Davenport and clip our heads on the on the overpass there. What a fantastic DLC so far. I truly am impressed by the Iowa DLC, at least as of this delivery and the details that I'm seeing. I say it every time, and some of you may say, well, Prime, you're just a broken record and you're biased. You have the DLC early and you've been given it by the developer. Okay, few fronts there. First of all, yes, I have been given the DLC to try out early by the developer SCS Software. But In no way have they influenced what I say about DLC, and nor would I ever accept an offer that basically tries to buy my opinion for anything like that. That is not the Prime Simulation way, and just for a matter of fact, not my way of doing things in life either. I have my opinion, and I'm going to share it with you. You can agree with it, you can disagree with it, but I am going to be honest in my point of view at all points. And especially with something like Iowa, and especially here on the channel in today's day of marketing, I will not accept anything in terms of a monetary bonus or, you know, just a item, shall I say, to try and bribe my opinion. I'm going to give my honest thoughts on it, like it or not. And so far, rolling through Davenport here, the level has seemingly increased once again. I do not know how SES Software continues to do this, but they do, and it is absolutely incredible to see. Again, I don't know how SES Software can continue, and yes, we're heading to the Rockport, by the way, which is the Riverport down here. I don't know how SES Software can continue to raise the quality of the DLCs while generally keeping the pricing fairly consistent and keeping the performance in a good window. That is a little bit of development magic that I am unaware. I don't know how they do it. Let's just be honest there, if I can get my words out. I just don't know how they do it, but that is perfectly fine. I don't need to know. I just care about enjoying the DLCs and having some fun driving them here and exploring what they have to offer. And, well, I will happily do that without knowing their secrets, and I don't think they want me to know their secrets anyways. But we're here at the Riverport, and yes, Iowa DLC is looking fantastic. And on first thoughts, now that we're at the delivery point here, I would say, if you haven't already, add it to your wish list and try to pick it up upon release. What a fantastic DLC overall. And can I actually get around the back here, or do I have to go the other way? I think I may actually be able to squeak along the Mississippi River here. Yeah, it looks like I can. Maybe a little bit tighter than if I would have gone the other way, but that's okay. We'll survive. So we'll come up around here, and our delivery point is actually, oh, it's up. It's up here on this little terrace. Oh, wow. Okay, we're reversing right up to the water's edge. I'm assuming then they'll use a crane and take these pump jacks off the flatbed trailer and right onto a barge of some sort. All right. Well, let's see if I can park this in one shot. Admittedly, I did not set it up the greatest, so it may not be... Actually, you know what? It's okay. I managed to remember today how to reverse a decent-sized truck and trailer combination and set it up half decently. We're going to go right up to the tie-off point there. Bring it back around. Don't want to overcut it. You know what? It may not be perfectly centered in the spot, but it will take it, and I will take it, because that is not half bad, especially for a Prime Simulation delivery. And let's go over to the sunny side here of this T680. Absolutely wonderful to be here in the Iowa DLC. Thank you all so much for watching this first look delivery. It is always an honor to do these first look deliveries of a new DLC. Once again, huge thank you to SES Software for giving me the opportunity to do this. I truly appreciate it. And of course, thank you for watching these videos. You make it possible for SES Software to give me the DLC. That's sometimes a little bit of an interesting loop to think about, but it is the truth. Once again, comment down below if you want to see anything here within the Iowa DLC. And also let me know, how excited are you to explore the Iowa DLC when it releases on July 10th, 2025. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.